It's National Poetry Month. Welcome to April. So, this is a quick word for poets. Enjoy your month. But here's the thing. I want to talk to poets about your laziness. I want to talk about your laziness. I understand that poetry, for many of you, is very personal. It's like that it's you, basically, right? And I also recognize that most of us are not learned poets. We don't go to school for poetry. We don't make it into big workshops. We don't do MFAs. Probably, I would venture to say that 90% of poets never get any education in poetry whatsoever. And I am absolutely okay with that. I'm one of those poets. Can nobody put letters on me, right? So, here's the thing though. I really, if you don't go through any particular course or discipline or school or training or anything like that, it is, unless you are just writing to write, unless you are just writing for therapy and for you and whatever, there are no rules. But unless you're one of those people, with who I'm not talking to in this moment, then you should be consuming so many things to fuel your poetry. You should be fucking reading books out the ass. And I don't mean like just poetry. I mean everything. If you are stuck in poetry, you're probably out of gas, which means you're probably out of ideas. You're probably out of ways to tell your ideas. And so you need to be consuming this idea that so many amateur poets have, where it's like, well, I don't really read other people's stuff because I don't want it to influence my shit. You need influences. You need influences. You're already influenced, okay? To be clear, you are already influenced, right? You already paid attention to somebody, saw somebody on YouTube, saw somebody on television, saw somebody do something somewhere, and then you want to do that. Half the time, that's how half of y'all got started. You saw somebody doing it, you're like, I want to do that. That's an influence. And if you think that what you doing is not going to be different than what they doing, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous and you're lying to yourself. And so what I need you to do, oh my God, I want you to spend this National Poetry Month digging into your influences. I know we're all doing like 30-30s where we write a poem a day for the month. That's beautiful. Do that too. If you have the time and the inclination, do that. But I'm telling you, spend this month digging into your influences, things that fill your tank, things that charge your battery, things that change your mind. I mean, if you don't, that's like the basic day one thing. You should have did that. But I'm giving you license to do it. I'm telling you. Scott is telling you to please go do that, okay? It will improve your writing immediately. If you are somebody who's like giving up on poetry, I need you to fucking read. Read. That's all you got to do. Like, just read. And if you are not compelled to create after you have started taking in new information, new art, new ideas, new experiences, like if you're not compelled to create after that, then maybe it's not for you. But you don't know until you do it. It's really basic shit. If you go to school, you got to take math. Will you need it in life? Probably not. But you got to take the shit because some element of it will work its way into your life. You got to take social studies because one of them damn lessons will work its way into your life. What are we doing? We're just gonna write until we are out of shit and then we just stop writing? That's how we doing this? That's how we doing this? Y'all don't read enough, man. You are not reading enough. It's very simple. Very simple. Join a book club. Dust off your library card. Go to a bookstore. See what's hitting the shelves. What does modern poetry look like in the published mainstream? Mind you, like, fuck YouTube. Get off that shit just for a month. Can you get off of YouTube for a month? Can you stop biting people's performances for a month? Can you stop tweaking someone else's poem in honor of, after such and such for a fucking month and just pour into yourself? Pour into yourself. That's all I ask. I don't even run an open mic anymore, and it's frustrating. I love poets, man, but we are some fragile motherfuckers, man. We are fragile. And I really want you to succeed. I really do. But if your answer to that is, I'm going to write some more poems, man, you need to be reading some more books. You need to be talking to people about poetry. You need to be really expanding what is coming into you as a person, because that is what you are going to turn into poetry. Poetry is observational. We notice things. That's our job. We notice things. If you're not doing that, if you're not figuring out how to attune your eye to the world around you, which is basically what that means, right? We are taking in information so that we can better use our eye to find those stories, to find those sentences, to find that imagery, to find those connections, to find those metaphors and those analogies. Oh, it's so simple. It's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. So use it. Happy National Poetry Month.